Yes, Rajiv, are you there? All right, if you're coming on live and you're there, let's do it. Okay, if you're all there live, hello everybody. We'll be going live in another 2 minutes. 2 minutes, we're just going to go live. So if you're there already in it, just say a hi. If you can hear me, right? Rajiv, can you hear me, Rajiv? Rajiv, if you can hear me, just type out a hi. Okay, awesome. Awesome. All right. So, can we start? Or I think six of you all have come. I think. Oh, Bhupendra Kumar. Thank you, Bhupinder. So, Bhupinder, I would like you all to put in your questions. What would you like me to answer on? Okay. So, what we will do is we'll put a question answer, and based on what you people want, I will answer. Okay. So, it can be anything from how do you raise your kids, how to build character, whatever you're facing today. Okay. Hello, Animesh. Hello, Lawrence sir. You're here. Hi. Awesome, Lawrence sir. It's so nice to have you here. It's so nice. It's a great honor and privilege. And I think you're one of the greatest souls I have met in this world, Lawrence sir. It's a brilliant thing that you're doing. And at this time of crisis, now India recognizes great entrepreneurs and visionaries like you right now in this lockdown. Seriously, I really feel very proud to know you. I was telling a lot of people also that the initiatives Lawrence sir started way back when nobody believed in him. Now the whole world is running for it. And I think NTAB is on the forefront of it. Good job. Awesome. Awesome. So, all right. So we'll start. How many minutes more, Rajiv? 5 minutes more? Okay, 5 minutes more. Welcome, Animesh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yes, Asmita. Obviously, it has to be that way, right? It has to be that way. Let's just enjoy it. And I think I'm this next 45 minutes to an hour. I really want to give you guys maximum value, and you will be learning so much. So I would recommend all of you please take a book and pen and keep it with you. Book and pen. So have a book and pen with you all. So please have a book and pen. I'll type it in the chat box. Please have a book and pen. Yes, please have a book and pen. I want all of you to have a book and pen so that we'll make this as interesting as possible. Yes. All right. Another 2 more minutes and we'll go live. Rajiv, you need to tell me when I can start. Yes. Awesome. All right. 1 more minute. We'll go in a minute. So 1 more minute, we'll go live. 1 more minute, we'll go live. We're going live in a minute. I'll just take my glass of water quick. So let's start. We're looking forward to all of y'all. All of you, please take your books and pens. And we're going to have a very, very interesting session today on handling difficulties in a tough time. I know all of us are going through a lot of tough time. There's a lot of things that's happening. There's a lot of things that's going on. And I think one of the things that we need to really be careful about is how we are going through this crisis. Because I totally believe, as a psychiatrist, the way you handle crisis is the way you actually are a person who faces crisis. What you do in a crisis actually determines what happens when you come out of the crisis. And I truly believe, as a psychiatrist, we are in the best of times, the best. In fact, I would suggest if there is one time that I would say which is the best of times, I think that is this time, the best of times. And I truly believe, as a psychiatrist, this is going to be one of the best times for us in human history. Really, in human history, I think this is going to be a very, very good time for all of us. So now I want you to type in your questions. Yes, how to build interest in kids for viewing educational content. Awesome. And reviewing the educational content as a way of life. Okay. So good. That's a kind of a great question for all of y'all. How to view educational content. So now let me just talk to you in a very simple terms. How do you view educational content and make it interesting for children? Children are a reflection of you. The children are a reflection of you. So if you want children to learn educational content and become more passionate about it, more about it, start to do it in a very interesting fashion. If you want children to do that, first we need to be that reflection with the children. And I think as a psychiatrist, I can truly vouch for it. Now, say for example, I told my daughter, try to do something interesting during this holidays. You know what she told me? Classically, she told me, Daddy, boring, Daddy. I don't know what to do. Why are you always torturing me in an exam also? So this is what happens most of the time, The children always think. So what did I do in reflection to that? I started myself learning topics and then teaching it in an interesting way to my daughter. Now, say for example, I wanted her to teach the power of decision making. You know what I did? I took her on a walk on the terrace. I talked about tough times in my life that I made a decision. And then I told my daughter, if I made a decision in such tough times, if you were there in the same position, how would you make those decisions? And that changed the way my daughter started making decisions in her life. And that was what that brought out a difference. So my first thing for all parents over there, please see, today 24 hours the child is looking at you. How you're handling your husbands, how you're handling your wives, how you're handling finances, what language are you speaking, how you're controlling them, are you getting irritated at them? Before, people were irritated at the boss. Now they don't, the children or their wife is becoming the boss. I am every day getting so many calls and messages from people who are telling me that, oh my God, my husband is shouting at me. First time after marriage, I am seeing my husband 24/7 for 24 days. And that's a sad part of our generation today. But I think, as a psychiatrist, I truly believe this lockdown is going to bring the core of our thinking up on the open. Now, what is your core of your thinking? Now, all of us put on dresses on top. I am like this, I am a CEO, I am like this, I am like that. Now, deep inside of us, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of irritations, a lot of frustrations, a lot of good things also. Now, when the squeeze happens, where you're sitting 24/7 with the same group of 4 people, you're not able to take it, what happens? The true essence of who you are inside starts to come out. So my take on that is 3. First one, make it interesting for children. Only when children are interested in things, they will do it. Now, how do you build interest in children? The $1 million question for all the parents over here. Very simple. Ask them. There's nothing like seeking feedback from children. So I went up to my daughter and asked her, tell me the 3 things you enjoy doing. And you know what were the 3 things? One was painting. Second was cleaning the house. And the third one was dancing. So first, what we do, we started off with something to do with painting. And as you know, in my entire lifetime, I have never painted anything. So for me, taking up painting was a tough task. But I did it for my daughter, just to encourage her. Today, she has painted almost 15 pictures. Second, One of the things she loved was dancing. So we used to put music and try to make her dance and make her feel good about it. Yesterday, she did a live Bharatanatyam dance for me. She doesn't know Bharatanatyam very well, but it's not doing it properly. It's just about them coming up and giving in their courage. So that's what is important. And the third thing that we did was keep cleaning. For her sake, I also started cleaning. I cleaned the fan. Can you believe it? I've never even touched the fan in my entire lifetime except the switch. I went up and started cleaning the fan. So I made it very interesting. So that my daughter gets engaged with me. And I think that's most important for all parents right now. Engage. Please write it down. Engage. Engage people in your house. Engage with people in your life. And I think that's the best way that you can improvise onto the lockdown. Right? Awesome. So come on, just put in your questions right now. I want all of you. Type out your questions right now. Whatever questions you have, just type it on the chat box and I will answer your questions one by one. Okay? Okay, good morning from Cambodia. Awesome! Boring, how are you doing? It's such a long time. I love Cambodia and I think I have so many good memories of my Cambodia trip. Awesome, awesome. Right, I want everybody, write down your questions. Write down your questions, quick. Okay, somebody is asking me how to be as energetic as me. I always say this. I say this to everybody. Mahatma Gandhi, okay, never got energy from drinking boost or drinking drinks. He got energy from his purpose. That is, when you have a purpose and a mission, that is very powerful to you, very, very impactful to you, something that will make a difference to you. When that purpose is strong, automatically energy will come from wherever you are. I am a true and firm believer. Purpose is the fundamental of true energy. Purpose. Why am I on this planet? What am I doing on this planet? What can I do on this planet that will make things in a fantastic and a more blissful way? So when you start looking at your purpose in life, I tell all this to all my friends, all my family members, everybody. Please have a purpose. Please have a purpose that is so strong enough that people start believing in you and people will start doing things for you. So I truly believe purpose is the key to energy. Now, if I live my life like this, it's Corona, what to do about Corona, whole day everybody is talking Corona, will I stay alive, will I do this, what will happen to that, what will happen to this? Hello, wake up! You're missing on the beautiful part of life. In your entire lifetime, you'd have never got this much amount of time where you're sitting free. Yes or no? Yes or no? Type out on the chat box. Yes or no? Would you have ever got this much amount of time sitting 24/7 in a house? Today, the government is telling you, please sit in the house. That's all we want. Our parents are saying that to us. So I would suggest all of you, enjoy this part. Enjoy this greatness. Because this is the greatness of true people. Enjoy. Learn stuff. Learn a lot. And I always believe my energy comes from my mission. I have a mission in life. The mission in life is every child in this country must feel loved, must feel cared, must be empowered, and must lead a life that they actually want to lead. And I think that's my true and holy mission. And in this humble mission, it's such a huge mission that I know only one body of Kannan cannot do it. So what gives this energy? I start doing things that will actually give me the energy to take this and go it up to the next level. And I truly and wholly believe, if you want energy in your life, if you want to be dynamic in your life, start having a purpose that is bigger than yourself. If you're going to sit and say, I'm going to exist in life, I'm going to do this in life is all about existence, then your entire life will be only of existence. Nothing but existence. Now, if you want your life to be something, if you want your life to be meaningful, if you want your life to make a meaning out of it, start creating something bigger than yourself. Your complaints, your justifications, all of this will pull you down. Start focusing. Listen this very carefully. Decide what you will feed your mind. During this lockdown, decide what will feed your mind. What feeds your mind during this lockdown will decide what this lockdown becomes to you after the lockdown. Please write this down. What you feed your mind during this lockdown will actually become what this lockdown will become to you after the lockdown gets over. So I would suggest all of you this very, very simple thing. Start focusing on what you have. So all of you take your books out and write these 3 steps. Come on, everybody. Come on. Take your books out and write these 3 steps. Come on. The 3 steps are very simple. Step number 1, look at and focus at what are the areas you need to improve in your life. Write down all the areas you need to improve in your life. Second, start looking at what you need to do to improve those things in your life. So write down a list of things you need to improve. Write down a list of things that you need to take action on the improvement. Say, for example, if I say I want to improve my health, that's just an idea. That's not the actual improvement. If you really want to improve your health, write down the 3 things you need to do in the next 10 days. Just focus 10 days that will actually improve my health. 1 hour of walking, 1 hour of gymming, whatever comes to your mind. That's your choice. Then start taking action step consistently. So I always believe this, that consistency, write this down. Consistency beats talent for breakfast. Consistency beats talent for breakfast. If you can be consistent with your things, the same thing will start reflecting on the children. Then what will happen? Children will start being consistent with things that they are actually doing. So if you want to build that character in children, start being very consistent. You start being consistent about yourself. You start being consistent about things that you're facing and inspire people around you, including your children, to be consistent. Consistency beats talent for breakfast. Please get that. Only if you're consistent, you will start following things and you will be able to do things. Okay? Awesome. So put in your next question. My daughter is due for 10th standard exams. How do I build confidence in her? Kavita. Okay. Kavita wants a daughter to 10th standard. Rakesh. So, okay. Appreciate the useful insights and the energetic articulation during challenging times. Okay. Thank you, Vinesh. So I will tell you this. For studying for exams, always understand this very clearly. Please have a clear end in mind. Please write that down. Clear end in mind. When your destination and what you want to achieve is very clear, then your steps below that is almost aligned. Now, what happens with many people? I want to do well in exam. That's a very vague way of looking at it. Go down to the basic fundamentals. What do I want to achieve? What are the steps I need to do to achieve that? Where am I right now? Where you are right now determines what are your pluses and what are your minuses. Now, many people, you know what you will say? I want to get 90% and they will sit. I want to get so much and they will sit. They themselves don't believe in it. So I would suggest all of you, if you really want to believe in something, if you really want to focus on something, start focusing on what you want to be very consistent about. The moment you are consistent about something, automatically it will start coming out. So focus on your end in mind, put up the steps inside of that, and then the most important things, kindly teach children the art of perseverance. Perseverance means what? Doing the act as much as possible so that come what may, they achieve the said result. Are you getting that? Doing the act consistently again and again, come what may, that they achieve the said result. That is called perseverance. And unless and until you have perseverance in children, they cannot perform well in any exam that they write. So perseverance is the key. So make children to persevere. Now, how do I make my daughter persevere? Very simple. You have to be that persevering person for your daughter. If you are a lazy person, getting up at 9 o'clock, wasting your time, what am I going to do in life? What am I going to do with this? This corona. If you are like that, take it from me, your children also will be like that. Your children also will think like that. Your children also will believe like that. So what's the first step that you need to do? The first step that you need to do is, please write this down. I want all of you to write this down. Be a role model for your children. Write down 3 qualities you want your child to get in this lockdown. Put those 3 qualities and ask yourself and your wife, sit together and ask this question. If I want to get these 3 qualities in my children, what are the 3 things that I need to do as a parent to inculcate these 3 qualities consistently? Write down. What are the 3 things I need to do as a parent to inculcate these qualities in my children? That is where your children will start doing well. That is where your children will start following up on what is possible. That is where your children will really look at and see how I can improve my life and take it to the next level. Okay. So first, know your clear end in mind. Second, put all the steps. See where you are right now. Then after you see where you are right now, start focusing on what you can do to take it to the next level, and kindly be consistent and kindly be persevering, consistent to yourself, and be that role model that you want your children to be. And I think that's the one way that you can actually build it up. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Himanshi Varlana, that was a very different and practical approach, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, put in your questions. I want all of you to put in your questions. I would answer your questions. What is the question you want to ask? Those are the ones I would answer. Quick. Yeah. Okay. So now another thing that I would love to answer, all of you ask me this. Anger. I get so angry at my children. I get so angry at my boss. And another secret everybody tells me. You want to know what is the secret? I get so angry at my wife and husband also. So now, what is anger and how do we actually do it, right? Now, anger is something that bottles out of your human consciousness when things are not going the way you want it to go. Are you all getting that? Anger is something that bottles out of your consciousness when things that you want to go are not going your way. So the number one step for anger, I would say, is beyond that anger is concerns. Please write this down. Concerns. When your concerns are more than the reality you're facing, that's where your consciousness starts to throw out anger. When your concerns are more than the reality you're facing, that's what does it. Say, for example, I get up and I start working, and at 12 o'clock, I see my daughter getting up. Then what is that? I have tremendous amount of concern. Oh my God, as a father, did I do the right thing, allowing her to just enjoy life like this? Now the concern and the reality of daughter getting up at 12 are not matching. Now when they don't match, what happens? I become very palpitative. And that's the reason why many people make a mistake. When concerns are more than the reality they're facing, then anger bursts out. See, I would always say this, okay? Please write this down. All of you, please write this down. I want all of you to write this down, okay? Okay, Ashmita, you're asking how to engage kids in the lockdown. 100% I'm going to answer that. So please write this down. Write this down very clearly. There are only two things in your language. In your language, there are two things always when you talk with children. Either you're talking about concerns that you have of your child, or the second, you have to talk about the results you want to get out of the child. Are you all getting that clear? Now, I can talk about my daughter and say from morning, you're not getting up on time, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that. I can give 100 concerns, okay? That's one way of me dealing with my daughter. Second, I can just go up to her, ask her, what is it that you want to do? And just ask for the results that I want to create with my daughter. Now, I went up to her and I asked her, listen, I really want you to be the best girl possible. I want all of your dreams to come true. I want these things to be happy for you. What is it that you want in your life? And she got up and she said, Daddy, I want to be a doctor. Sometimes I want to be an IAS officer. Then what did I do? I asked her, if you want to be a doctor, darling, what you should do? By sleeping till 12 o'clock, can you become a doctor? 100% the answer is no. Then you don't say the answer no. They will have to say it. You know why? Please write this down. For all of you parents who are having tough with your children, just write this down. Reflection is the key to learning. Reflection is the key to learning. What is reflection? Reflection is the way you ask questions and the answers you get from the child is way that the child experiences those answers and gives the right results. So always remember, reflection is the key to learning. If you want your children to learn well, ask them questions where the answers you want come out from them. Write this down. Ask them questions where the answers you want come out from them. Ask them the right questions so that the answers you want come out from them. That's the best way, absolutely the best way you can actually get your children to do what you want. Reflection. So reflection is the key to getting into your child's mind. Ask them questions. Ask them what do they feel. Don't go out. Don't start getting angry. Do that. Okay, that's one. Second, another question that has come, how do I engage my kids in the lockdown? Okay, ask quality questions. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Ask quality questions. Okay, awesome. So now let me ask you another question. How do you engage kids in the lockdown? I know all of you are having these questions. Okay, so please write this down. I'll teach you how to engage kids in the lockdown. Right now, please understand this. Okay, all of you parents, please understand this. Don't get palpitations. Because your children are going to school, they do a lot of activities. Holiday time, you put them into activities. Now suddenly you're sitting like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whole my child is sitting all in the house and looking at me just like this. Now you're getting tensed. You're getting worried. Your worry is actually starting to affect them. Are you all getting that? It's your worry that's starting to make them feel very anxious about themselves. It's your worry that's making them think, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So don't worry, chill. This is a global pandemic and everybody's at home. Chill. So it's not that you need to go all out, pounce on your kids and make them superstars in this 45 days. It's not possible. So what you need to do is start with three things. Okay, three things. Okay, three things. Write down three things. First, visually engage them. What is visually engage them? That is one. Visually engaging them is doing activities that are more visual, like a painting or a drawing or watching a movie together. Do that. See, like for example, I started watching Shark Tank. Write this down. Shark Tank. Shark Tank is a brilliant program on Netflix. It's there on Netflix and it is also there on Amazon Prime. The seasons are there. Amazon Prime is a more later season. Netflix is an older season. So I would suggest just put Shark Tank. Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, so you can note this down visually. So I put Shark Tank. I watch for 5 to 10 minutes with my daughter. I put a pause button over there and then I ask her questions. I asked her, what do you think about this company? Why do you think this company got invested? Why do you think, what is sales? Then my daughter will ask me a question. Daddy, but why did this not happen? Then I will answer her. Are you getting that? Now, subtly, I am teaching business in a way that they understand and they enjoy about it. That's very important. Start doing things in a fashion that they enjoy. So Shark Tank is one, you can engage them very beautifully. Second, watch good documentary movies. Make the documentary movies interesting, like Inside Bill Gates' Brain. I think that's one of the most phenomenal documentaries. You can create that documentary as a puzzle for the children. How do you do that? You ask the children as a puzzle. You sit with your son or daughter and ask a puzzle to the son or daughter. Okay, now we have this competition. Who will understand this first 10 minutes of this documentary? Then you have a discussion. Always understand. Don't sit and watch a documentary for 2 hours. Your daughter and son will fall to sleep. Don't do that. 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Then debrief. Understand. Because we need to know what they understand. And then after that, another 15, 20 minutes. That way, you will start inspiring them to actually start doing things. Okay. Second, this is for the visual. Now for the kinesthetic kids, kids who want really activity. Okay, write this down. All of you, I want all of you to write these down. I'm going to give you great, valuable advices on that. The first thing you need to do is start playing a family game every day. A family game. So what's a family game? There's a beautiful quote that I always say. Families that play together, stay together. Write down. Families that play together, stay together. So if you're a family member and you really want to stay together, start playing a game together. So what are the games that I and my family play? We play Uno. Uno is a very superb game. You can engage children very well. Second, you can play a game of Antakshari is another game that you can enjoy. Then hiding objects in certain parts of your houses and then searching out where that objects will come. That's another game that you can play. Then another beautiful game that you can play is memory games. You can do a lot of memory games. There are tons of memory games on YouTube. Pick out 4 or 5 memory games and start playing those memory games with those children. 4, you can read a book out. My wife reads one book out every day for my daughter, 5 to 8 pages. I try and engage her in motivational stuff, leadership content, and I take it a point to go and teach my daughter in around 40-45 minutes every day. So just divide among yourselves. The sixth one is very beautiful. My wife engages my daughter little in cooking activities. So these are all things that will work for kinesthetic children. Second, you can also do this as part of your physical fitness. So what do? I and my daughter, we go on a running race. Where do we run? On a terrace. It's just a 30-yard run. Just a 30-yard run to engage her on a sprint. So that way, I try to be part of her world. She tries to be part of my world. That's very important. Then another beautiful thing that you can do to engage children is sometimes nothingness. What is that? Nothingness is also part of engagement. Because every time we are thinking we need to do something to engage. Why something? There was a time in our world and life where doing nothing was also part of engagement. Are you all getting that clear? Enjoy that presence with your daughter. One other thing that I would like all of you to do with your children. Take your children out on a walk. It can be on the terrace, it can be on the ground of your house or the apartment. Just take them on a walk. And this is called, it is called Heart Walk. Write this down. Heart Walk. HEARTWALK. It's called Heart Walk. Now, what is a heart walk? A heart walk is you and your child walk together for a period of 15-20 minutes where your child can ask you any question of choice of the child. So the child will ask you, Daddy, why is this happened? What does this do? So you, whatever you can, you answer, and you build a dialogue with your children. Understand this. The more you build a dialogue with the children, the more children engage with you. The more children engage with you, the more they think and they start reflecting. So start to have a heart walk. Talk about your life, your childhood, how your grandparents struggled, how your parents struggled, how you work hard, what's the future like. Talk about simple things. See, like for example, every day, 15 minutes, I and my family, we watch the news only for 15 to 20 minutes in the night. And then whatever happens in the news, after we off the news, we just have a talk about it. Oh, so much has happened. What do you think we can do? And you know what I do? I see to that I ask those questions to my daughter, so that my daughter starts to reflect on those questions. So she starts to learn about what's valuable and what's happening and what's news and what is sensationalism. These are things that are important life skills that you can teach. The third is the auditory children. That is children who love hearing noise. Now, these children love it when you start playing music. Love it when you start doing activity. Love it when you start engaging with them with songs and dance and everything. So focus on these three areas: visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Write down these three: visual, auditory, kinesthetic. And under each of that, you write down three activities that you can do, and all the three activities, enjoy it and do it with the child. Then the most important thing, write this down, everybody. The most important things to engage children, the most important thing that to engage children is this: have fun. Have fun. Children go where they enjoy. Please get that clear. Children go where they enjoy. If you're going to be a very monotonous person, sitting and cribbing every day, children will not come to you. Please get that clear. Even if your mother and father, please wake up. Children come to those who they enjoy with. So start being more fun. Start being childish. Start being energetic. Start being playful. Engage children playfully. That's where they will start coming. And automatically this lockdown will become your lock breakthrough. So that's my challenge for all of y'all. Yes. Okay, Shark Tank is indeed a great thing. Any games, books, and movies or other TV shows you recommend for kids and grown-ups? Okay, so Ashmita has asked me this question. Then Rajiv has asked me, how do I engage our families? Okay, he wants to know, how do I engage families? Children are spending too much time on digital media the entire night. Oh, Pooja Kapoor, ma'am, what's happening? John Richmond, my son is 9 years old, wants to be the first. How do I make him understand that both success and failure are part of life? Even in game, if he gets out, he does not take it easily. John, I'll give you an answer for this. I think your son is a genius, because sometimes I always say this: if you cannot take failure easily, that means what? You're someone who's determined to get to succeed in life. That's a great quality, yaar. That's a great quality, being able to succeed. So you choose your battle. So John sir, I really think that's a great quality. Start playing games where he can win, because you need to select the companies you can win and the opportunities you can win. Yeah. So fine. So let's start off with this. Thank you. I'll say Shark Tank. So one is Shark Tank. Second, write this down. Inside Bill Gates' Brain is a brilliant documentary every human being should watch. Inside Bill Gates' Brains. Mind blowing. Third, you can watch his Jobs. Steve Jobs. Jobs in Amazon, it is there. It's called Jobs. It's a beautiful documentary that speaks about all about how that man Steve Jobs thought what he thought and created what he created. Jobs is something very good. Fourth, inspiring sports movie, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Write this down. The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. It's a beautiful documentary about a boy from a very, very poor background and how he harnessed something and did fabulously with his life. The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. So that's a beautiful documentary you can watch. Then Shark Tank, Boy Who Harnessed the Winds, Inside Bill Gates' Brain, Steve Jobs, Donald Trump, The American Dream. Donald Trump, The American Dream. I mean, many people don't like Donald Trump. I'll agree. But there's something about the man that made him the president of USA. And that documentary is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It tracks him so beautifully to see it, show you how he has actually become what he actually became. Then for kids, you can do Lagan. Lagan is a beautiful movie you can show children. You can do debrief on that. You can ask children questions on Lagan. Lagan teaches you 1,000 lessons which you cannot teach in your house. So Lagan movie is a wonderful movie. Tare Zameen Par. I would suggest all of you parents, please show Tare Zameen Par. That's a beautiful movie you can watch about emotions of children. Tare Zameen Par is a brilliant thing. And second is, I would suggest is also on reading books with children, because now Amazon is shut down. I cannot recommend books because I don't know which books you people will buy. But Tare Zameen Par, movies wise, I would suggest Tare Zameen Par, Lagan, Inside Bill Gates' Brain. Then Jobs is a beautiful thing. Donald Trump, The American Dream is brilliant. Shark Tank is mind blowing. Watch Shark Tank, especially on Amazon Prime, the last 23 episodes. So each has 23. Please watch Shark Tank. Every day, make it a point to watch half an hour Shark Tank. And don't just watch Shark Tank, clap your hands and go home and sit. Don't do that. Ask your children questions. Okay, we watched the Shark Tank. Why do you think they invested in the company? In fact, when I do it with my daughter, after every pitch, I talk to her. I understand what she's understanding. We negotiate each other. I ask her, if you had the money, would you have invested in that company? And you get to learn so much from your daughter inside that. So Shark Tank is one of that. Yes. So I think I've given you a whole list of stuff. Just do this. This is enough for your lockdown period. You will rock it. Yeah. Other activities you suggested are superb. Thank you. Rajiv, you asked how to make your family more fun. Very simple. You have 6 days a week. Okay. Every day of the week, write down one activity you can do for 1 hour as a family together. Don't repeat the activities because it can get boring. So you could do passing the parcel. The person who gets caught, they take a thing and they have to do a crazy little act. Okay. Yesterday, I and my family, we played this game. My daughter wrote down 20 questions that she like, what dress she likes, what this she likes, what color she likes, what food she likes. She kept all the questions to herself and all of us had to guess. She will ask the question, we have to guess, and she gave us points. She literally gave us points. So that's a nice game, mind-blowing game you can play on everybody. Third, you can do a dance routine. So there's something called static walk. Write this down, static walk. It's a brilliant video on YouTube, static walk, where all of you together can walk together and enjoy together. So that way, you'll make it a lot of fun. You'll make this whole lockdown a lot of fun. So we do that called static walk. It's beautiful videos that also takes care of your health. At the same time, it engages you with children. So static walk is something that you can do as a family. So I've said static walk. You can do dances, dance routines. There are tons of dance routines to do. Then you can do Antakshari. You can play this game that I told you. Then Uno is a beautiful game. In fact, Uno teaches a lot of negotiation. Uno will teach you. And another very important game for children, I'd suggest, is Bluff. There is this cards game called Bluff. Try playing Bluff with your children. You will really be able to catch out the bluffs of your kids. So Bluff is a very nice game, and I think Bluff is a beautiful game you can play. If you don't know how to play Bluff, just go online and type out Bluff, and you can see what is Bluff and how to play Bluff and how do you really engage with Bluff. So Bluff is a brilliant game to play cards. I think I've given you enough and more games. Then you have all your snake and ladders and all of those stuff, catching game, housey you can play, make it Antakshari wise, make it really engaging. And ultimately, as a family, one thing I'll always tell you, I want all of you to do it. Please talk to each other. Talk is also a normal thing, Rajiv. So you can all talk. So you can talk and you can engage with each other. You can understand each other's visions. Then you can understand what's lying there. What are they going through? So talk is also another beautiful thing that you can do. Just talk to the kids and engage. Yes. Vijay Venkatesh, you say try Joker in cards. Yes, Joker in cards is also very good, because that way you will really know the character traits of your children, what they like, what they don't like, and everything. So all the games I've told you are stuff that are very easy, that you can do it in your house already, because I know everybody's in a lockdown. You can't go out and buy games and then do it. Yeah. So brilliant. Awesome. Yes. Let's have some more questions. It's always worth listening to you. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So what's the next question I'd like to answer on? Come on, type in your questions. Everyone who's watching, type in your questions. I'll answer it for you guys. So yes, so let me just see what are the questions. Lagan is a great movie. So Andy says no Donald Trump, but just watch for the psychology of Donald Trump. It's mind-blowing. The psychology of Donald Trump is mind-blowing. Watch it for the psychology. You'll really learn a lot. My son is always 9 years, games first. I'm okay if he does not come first. I just want him to accept failure as well. Okay. So please understand this. Ask your children to accept failure. Now, accepting failure is a very, very, very important part of any life that we go through. Okay, accepting failure is a fundamental part of life, and I truly and wholly believe if you can make children accept failure, you can make them look at life also. So life and failure are two parts of the same coin. So I would always suggest accept failure and at the same time allow the children to look at life also in the same way. So failure is a part of life. So some children are very sportive. And I think that the problem is with our schooling system. Our schooling system makes our kids very sportive and very competitive, because of which they're not able to take failure. And one of the reasons why children are not able to take failure, I truly believe, is because in schools, right, we give awards for first rank, second rank, third rank. We don't give awards for any other rank. So because of which children start realizing, okay, if I get any other rank, I'm care of nothing. So that's the biggest problem with children, So I really think that if you really want kids to really start doing stuff, start to bring kids to, the areas where you want them to focus. So if you can get them to focus on those areas, automatically they will be ready to do it. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And then now, sorry. I changed it. Yeah. Okay. So next, what are the other questions that you want to ask? Come on, quick. Let's have some more questions. Yes. My children are getting irritated at me. Oh my God. Obviously, they will get irritated at you because they're seeing you 24/7. Before, they used to see you only for hardly 7 minutes, 8 minutes on some families. So obviously, the children will get irritated. So there's nothing wrong in that. This is the time you should do. And I think I use this very powerful thing. Hug. Hug. Hug your children every day. I mean, let's see, how many of you really hug your children? Hug your children, smile at your children, play a running game with your children. Start making them like you in their presence, because they are only used to seeing you as a visiting professor in the night or in the morning or during holidays or weekends. So now when they see you every day, the children themselves don't know what to do. So just make it like a rhythm, Start going to that age group. Don't do your father and mother things over here. Listen to me. All of you should order me. All of you should do this. All of you should do that. All of you should do this. Hello? Please don't do that. Then you will become torture. Then what will happen? Your children will be praying, let the lockdown get over and my parents run away from me. So don't do that. Don't do that. That's so stupid. Don't do that. So I would suggest don't become a dad and mom for the next 15 days. Become a friend. Come on, everybody, write this down. Become a friend to your children, not dad and mom. If your children put your dresses somewhere, don't lose your BP about it. If your children do these activities, don't lose your BP about it, please. Because this is a holiday for them. Children are children. At the end of the day, children are children. Yes or no? And I'm telling you, God has blessed us and given this opportunity to spend time with our children. So see that smile of your daughter. See that charm of your daughter. Run around with your daughter. Enjoy that time. You'll never get this time. I'm telling you, once this opens up, you'll never get such a beautiful time with your children. So my take for all of you, enjoy the time you're having with your children. At the same time, make it as useful as possible. Make it as engaging as possible. That's the right way to spend with your children. And I'm telling you, that will change the way you look at your child. That will change the way your child looks at you. And both of that is very, very important. And when both of that are engaging, that's where you will start creating a beautiful relationship with your children. Okay, awesome. My son is enjoying your session. Wow. Thank you, John. Yogananda sir, mind-blowing. Thank you so much. Yes. How to inculcate anger management in children during this lockdown? I already answered that question. Anger management, anger comes out of one major thing. It's when your concerns are more than the reality you're facing. That's where anger comes. When your concerns are more than the reality you're facing, that's where anger comes. So what do you need to do? You need to address your concern. Now, when I get up in the morning, I see my daughter sleeping and she sleeps till 12 o'clock. Now, that's my concern. Now, that's so much bigger than the reality what I'm seeing there. So these are the things. So what do you do with these concerns? Address the concern. The biggest problem with human nature is we don't address our concerns. You know what do? We push it under the carpet. We keep pushing things under the carpet. Don't do that. As a parent, if there's one thing that you take out of this talk, is I would suggest address concerns of children. And what are the concerns? It's a holiday. They are in holiday mode. They want to sleep. They want to chill. They want to play. That's their reality. They are not bothered about EMI loans. They are not bothered about how much tax you're paying. They are not bothered about the salary. It doesn't work in their world. Their world is simple. Get up in the morning, enjoy, sleep. That's all. Get up in the morning, enjoy, sleep. That's their reality. So in that reality, engage them. So if you're having children above 9 standard, this will not work. Don't quote me on that. Below 9 standard, enjoy this period. Enjoy the period. Play those games I told you. I've given you a list of games. I've given you a list of videos to watch. I've given you a list of stuff that you can do as a family. Just keep trying that. Those will engage your children beautifully. We need to have a talk show in the US. Okay, all my US friends, hi. Today night, I'm going live in the US. So VIT University is doing this. I will send you the link. There are close to 5,000 people who are coming live. I mean, we are doing this with Satish and the whole VIT. Thanks to G. Vishwanathan sir and the whole VIT family. They are having me live stream it all across the world for their alumni. So I will send you that, Andy, and you can send the link to all your friends. I think it's already sold out. We have around 5,000. 5,000 is already done. So we have a very this thing. How do I engage my son when he gets tantrums and throws things around? Debanjan, when your son throws things around, you also throw things around with him and enjoy. Simple. See, it's this simple. Many times our fatherly figure comes in. It is good. I'm not saying fatherly figure is bad. But in a lockdown, don't have fatherly figure over there. In a lockdown, have enjoyable figure. That is, you also enjoy with those tantrums. See, this is the only time they will show these tantrums. And looking at the way the world is changing, children are also going to go completely online. Today, education has gone online. A lot of stuffs are going online. So the time you're going to get with your child in your home is going to be very little. So if they have to tantrum, enjoy the tantrum. Wow, what a tantrum, darling. Come, even I'll also throw some tantrum with you. I will throw this toy with you. I will enjoy it, yaar. The moment you enjoy, your child will start laughing at the tantrum, and then he will say, "Hiyo, sorry." And the next time your child wants to do the tantrum, you know what your child will say? "Amma, I will do this tantrum, then my daddy will do another tantrum and make me one joker." Children will not do things if they feel it is a joke. Please get that clear. If it's a joke, they will not do it. So just make it like a joke and test it. See, please write this down. I want all parents to write this down. Make simple things simple. Please write this down. Make simple things simple. Don't complicate things. Oh, my daughter did this, my son did this. Don't complicate. It's just so simple. They just didn't do it. That's it. They didn't do it. Simple things simple. Address it. Have fun. Enjoy. That's all it takes. Don't sit and fume about it. Oh, this will happen. That will happen. This will happen. Because you don't have any time. You don't have a boss to worry about. You don't have employees to worry about. Oh, you're worrying about your family and children. Please get that. Don't be a boss to your children right now. Because I understand so much of emotion is stuck inside that you want to give to your children. This is not the time for that. Time for that will come. When that time comes, you can do that. All right? Awesome. Yes, this works for my 3.5 year. Yamini, wow. If she tries to show tantrums like crying, I do the same, and in 2 minutes, it's fine. Brilliant, Yamini. Brilliant. I think, Yamini, you're one of my best students from Hyderabad. I love your school, Glendale. Awesome. Awesome, Yamini. Yes. Sir, do you have any suggestions for reading any book as a parent? Okay. I've got some books as a parent. May not be in the lockdown, but you can just take this down. Wait, I'll just pick these books up. 1 second. I'll just pick the book up. All right. So I've just got some books up. All right. Come here. Say hi. Okay. All right. So this is one book. All of you write this book down. This book is a beautiful book. It's written by Ken Robinson. I think if you read this book, you'll really understand the current schooling system and the current way education is going, and what you can do as a parent. It's called You, Your Child, and School. Please write this down. You, Your Child, and School. So this is the photo of the book. You, Your Child, and School. So this is a brilliant book. I think this is one of the fabulous books I have ever read in my life. It speaks all about in-depth about education and what we need to do in education and what's lacking in education. The second is this book. It's by Brian Tracy. It's a mind-blowing book. It's a mind-blowing book, and it speaks about personal success. Yeah, personal success. It's a brilliant book. It just helps you a lot in identifying that. And second is this, again, another Brian Tracy book. It's called Motivation. It's called Motivation by Brian Tracy. It's a fabulous books. Motivation by Brian Tracy. It will teach you the fundamentals of motivation, so you will be able to handle your children much better and handle your own life much better. Because today, I believe, in the lockdown and everything, motivation is the most important factor to come out. You can sit and complain about the lockdown and what you have lost, but you can also sit and look at what is this opportunity for me and start focusing on that opportunity and improving your skill. It's in your hand as a parent. And I'm telling you, please understand, be the right role model to your child. Be very careful what you're talking on the phone. You may be blasting someone on the phone, but your little daughter will be sitting on the sofa and listening to you. Before, the blasting will happen in the office. Today, it will happen in the dining table and the bedroom when the daughter is sleeping, when the daughter is going to sleep. Please don't become a pain. Please be very aware what you're speaking to your child, because whatever you're speaking to your child is seeding your child. Okay. Now, how many of you have time management issues? How many of you have time management issues? Time management issues. How many of you have time management issues with the children? You want your child to really manage time properly. Type out on the chat box quick. How many of you have type out yes in the chat box if you feel that you have time management issues? Okay, come on. I'm going to give you the best book for time management for teenage kids. Okay, this is that book. Write this down. It's called Getting Things Done. Getting Things Done by David Allen. It's a brilliant book. Please write this down. Getting Things Done by David Allen for teens. Getting Things Done by David Allen for teens. I think it's a mind-blowing book. This book will really help you to understand how to handle teenage time management issues, putting the timing schedule, all of that. This book will help you handle. So kindly buy this book once the lockdown is over. Getting Things Done, time management. Oh, you already have it, Yamini. Yamini, you're my very good student. Huh? You have every little thing, you have it. Awesome. Yamini has all of that. Awesome. Good job. So then what else? What are the other things? Yes, my child is in 10th standard and he's enjoying your session. Awesome. So for all of you who has got 10th standard exams, okay, another 5 more minutes only I have with you all, because I have to go on another live. So 5 more minutes, I'll just give you great value. Okay, 5 more minutes. So you want me to talk about exams? What do you want me to talk about? Exams. Okay, exams. So very simple. All of you write this down. All of you write this down. All of you write this down. Write this down. Exams check your long-term memory and your recall memory. Write this down. Exams check your long-term memory and your recall memory. Now, these two are two different areas of your brain. So you have 3 types of memory in your brain. One is the short-term memory, which you learn like 24 hours. That is short-term memory. Second is the long-term memory, long things, your birthday, your events like that. And the third is the recall capacity part of the memory. That is, this is that part of the memory where you retrieve information. Now, please understand, exams across the world check your recall capacity, not your long-term and short-term, your recall capacity. That is, whatever I study in the year is not important, but what I write in that exam is very important. That's called recall capacity. So my take for all of you all over there is, if you want to improve the recall capacity of your child, write this down. All of you write this down. Repetition is the key to mastery. Repetition. Make your child repeat the same subject in a recall fashion at least 3 to 4 times. If you can make your child recall the same topic 3 to 4 times, automatically it goes from short-term memory to long-term memory. So I would suggest who is that question? Who wrote that question to me? Yeah, yes, ma'am. Afra, ma'am. Afra, ma'am. I would really suggest to you, tell your child, if your child is watching this, I think you've written your child is watching this, because we are live streaming on almost 10 or 20 platforms. We are live streaming right now. So I want Afra's ma'am, please understand, Afra's ma'am, what you really need to do is get your child to read all the subjects, recall the subjects, that is, remember it, and also reproduce it. Ask questions. Now, say, for example, you're asking about geography. Ask the question over a breakfast. Ask the child to recall as much as possible. Please understand, the more you try to recall, the more it goes into long term, the more the surety comes for the child. So please try to improve the recall capacity of the child. Recall is the key to the way you write in your exams. Okay, so because we don't have time, else I would have given you another 4 or 5 techniques, There is a technique called mind mapping. You can read about mind mapping. It's a mind-blowing technique. Then there is a technique of visual cue accumulation. In fact, I will do another live and another video on exactly reading skills for you, Afra ma'am. I will do another one on how to read. And I think I have this book also on reading strategy. So I will show you this. Yeah. So this is a book I read. It's called Reading Strategies. So this book is a mind-blowing book to all of you all over there. It's a mind-blowing book on how you can help children read effectively, write effectively, and all that. So I will do a whole session on that live. We will figure out a time and I will put it up. I will teach you on how to read, how to make children read efficiently and use their brains. All right. Awesome. Children hate, what is that? Sir, suggest some tips to manage duty, work from home and enjoyment during this lockdown. Children hate to avoid them, but we are on work from home and this is creating mismanagement. Obviously, it will create mismanagement. Okay, so my take on that is very simple. Please have a pact. Write this down. PACT. 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 It's called the technique of pact. What is pact? Pact is you have a relationship with your child and you tell your child, this time to this time is my work time. Okay. This time to this time is my family time. Are you getting that? And you stick to that pact. You stick to the pact. Children don't want quantity of time. Please get that. Children are looking at the quality and depth of time you spend with them. So if you can spend quality time, they're more than happy with that quality time. So what I would suggest is, say 9 to 12:30 is my office time. 12:30 to 2 o'clock, I have the lunch break. So half an hour, 45 minutes, I will play with the child. I'll watch TV. I will do whatever I can. 2 to 5:30 is again my time. 5:30 to 9:30, I am free. So that is my family time. Stick to those time limits. Then honor those time limits with your child. Now, what happens? Many times parents will give one word and do another thing. Don't do that. Give a word and do that word. That's where you will make a difference in life. Give that word and do that word. That's where you will make a difference in life. So my take for all of y'all is, enjoy that time. Tell the child, this is my pact for work. This is my pact for study. See, like, for example, I was doing online workshops. My daughter got irritated at me. Very irritated. She's like, you're always on the phone. So many days you were free. Then you know what I told her? Darling, who will pay for your school fees? You tell me. Who will pay for the car? You tell me. Who will pay for your food? You tell me. And then she started to think, correct, daddy. Nobody will pay. Only you have to pay. Then I did a pact with her. I said, night, I will spend this time with you. This lunchtime, I will spend this time with you. This time, I will spend this time with you. So that way, we started engaging and we starting to do it in a proper fashion. That's it. That's all it takes. Just sign a pact with your children. Give them that time and space. Honor your word and commitment. Considering you don't have travel time and all those time, honor that time. Okay. And please, for heaven's sake, don't put your misery on your child, your work pressure on your child. Because before you used to be in the office. So work pressure is over in the office and you come. Now you are in the other room. Don't carry your work pressure from this room to that room. That is the one that I want all of you to speak. Okay. So don't put your work pressure everywhere. Enjoy it. And last, okay, we are already running out of time. I have only another 2 minutes left. Okay. Awesome. So, I'll just conclude with a last take for all of y'all. Okay. My last take for all of y'all is very simple. Just go through whatever I have done. This video will be posted back. Please go through this video again and again. Kindly share this video with your wife or your husband. And I would suggest all of you to write down notes of this video, whatever you have learned from this particular video. Put any of your comments on the comment box. Put your comments on your comment box. Any comments you want, I will answer all your comments on Kannan Girish, my Facebook page, or on NTAP page. Any place, you just put your comments. I will answer your comments. Okay. And last, children are the best gifts to this world. Take it from me. There's nothing more giftful than children. Children are the best gift. When you hold your child in your hand, there is no bigger gift than that in this world. Do you all agree with me on that? Yes or no? And the most beautiful part of life itself is the childhood. Please make your children's childhood wonderful. And this lockdown, I tell you, is God's gift for you to connect with your children. Connect from your heart. Enjoy from your heart. Live beautifully, have fun, at the same time learn, engage them. They are not worried about your EMIs. They are not worried about your salaries. Their world today is you. You are their best friend, and you can also be their worst enemy. Both of that is you. So I think it's we parents who need to rise up and say, world is changing. The world is changing so rapidly that we really don't know how long this world will be this way that we used to see. So let's engage our children. Let's empower our children. Let's encourage our children. Let's be energetic and enthusiastic with our children. And let's create the beautiful children of tomorrow's generation today, right now, with what you're doing. So with this, I say thank you to all of y'all. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful being with all of y'all. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I look forward to connecting with you on another Facebook page and on another journey. Thank you and see you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you all. Bye-bye. And we will look forward to seeing you soon. And thanks to the NTAP team. And thank you to everybody in the NTAP team for the wonderful job that they are doing, especially Rajiv, Lawrence sir, Himanshu sir, and the entire team of NTAP. You guys are rocking and you guys do a fantastic job in anything that you do. Thank you all and God bless all of you all. Thank you. Thank you.